Minasan, konnichiwa, Zamara engineers. In this video, we will talk about process costing under Chapter 4, System Design. We are now on the subtopic number 2. Let us take a look. Starting with our learning goal to compute the equivalent units of production using the weighted average method. So there are two methods that could be used for process costing. The first method is FIFO, and the second method is weighted average method. So let us take a look. Characteristics of the weighted average method. Number one, makes no distinction between work done in prior or current periods. Okay. Whether the job is done yesterday or today, or in the previous accounting period. And number two, blends together units in cost from prior and current periods. So we'll just use the units of measure, the measuring units from any period. Okay? Because we have inventory. The parts would be done 5 years ago. That is all in our warehouse. Still, we can use the same method because the process costing tells us that those materials in the warehouse have the same same cost as the present one. So that's how we look at it. The equivalent units of production for a department are the number of units transferred to the next department, plus the equivalent units in the department's ending work in process inventory. Very important because we have inventory. We have warehouse of parts and components. Okay. Take note. Again, I will repeat. The equivalent units of production for a department are the number of units transferred to the next department. Either it is finished goods plus the equivalent units in the department's ending work in process inventory. How much we already transferred to the next process plus our ending inventory. Okay. Treatment of direct labor, dollar amount versus type of product cost, direct labor, materials, and conversion. Okay. Direct labor cost may be small in comparison to other product cost in a process costing system. Okay. This is usually true because mass production, we can do it with the same human resource. There are plenty of assigned tasks. Okay, so good. Direct labor and manufacturing overhead may be combined into one product cost called conversion. So if you total the direct labor plus the overhead, you can say it is conversion. Weighted average example. Let us talk about an example. Smith Company, which reported the following activity in the assembly department for work in process, units started into production, units completed and transferred out of department, and work in process. Okay, those are necessary. You can use this title as format. Work in process, initial. The other work in process is final. So June 1 and June 30. Okay. Okay, so that is how we do it. What are the other columns? Units, materials, and conversion. So materials, that is raw material, direct material. How about conversion? That is direct labor and overhead. Okay, so let us take a look. First step in calculating the equivalent unit is to identify the units completed and transferred out of assembly department in June. Okay, units completed and transferred. How much? You have a record of that. How much? Materials and conversion. Okay, hello, take a look. Take a look. Okay, units completed, transferred out of department, 5,400. So that is our initial record here for materials and conversion, 5,400. Okay, that is for the time or month of June. Okay, next, step 2 is to identify equivalent units of production in ending work in process. Ending work, that is the work in process, the last. So there are two work in process, the first and the last. So ending meaning the last one, work in process. With respect to materials for the month, that is what? How much? That is 540 units, and adding this to the 5,400 units from step 1. So we have a total of 5,940. That is the equivalent units of production in the department during that period, that June. So, okay, this is an actual example of what we had defined and explained on the previous slides. Okay, this is how. Okay. Why we know it? Process, June 30, 900 units, 60%. That is a given here. You can look it back on our given there. Under the material, 60%. Work in process, materials, 60%. So, meaning 60% of 900, that is 540. You can compute that. Okay? The step 3, third step, is to identify the equivalent units of production in ending work in process with respect to conversion. Step 2 is with respect to materials. Now, with respect to conversion. Conversion, again, is what? Direct labor and overhead. So 270 because we have what? 30% of 900. Okay? 30% of 900, that is 270. And you have to add this to our units transferred. That is 5,400. So adding, the result is 5,670. So there are what? 3 steps. Okay? Equivalent units of production always equals. Okay? Units completed and transferred plus equivalent units remaining in work in process. So, what are the equivalent units remaining work in process? That is 540 and 270. Those are the remaining work in process. What are the transferred? Units completed, 5,400. So, plus equivalent units, we got equivalent units of production for the period of June. Okay? Are we clear? Do we understand? Any question? So, materials, 6,000 units in the start. Beginning work in process, 300 units, 40% complete. That is 5,100 units started and completed. Ending That is 900 units, 60% complete. And therefore, we have the following. For the equivalent units of production. Okay. Equivalent units of production, that is our materials, for the material. What about for the conversion? This is how we compute it. Okay. So 20% of 300, that is 20% complete, that is 300. So 300 plus 5,100, that is 5,400. Okay. Now, this also is the same with our previous pages, with our previous slides. For under the conversion. Conversion account, okay? And that would be the end of our module number 2 of chapter 4. Again, this is Dr. Rippy, teaching engineering for nation.